You know, I'm here with Frank Nicoles' family, and it's so incredible story to find out about how Frank lived and how obviously Frank died. And Jack, if you could tell me a little bit about Frank and what you know, I mean, where he was born to the best of your knowledge, and if you could just give us some information on kind of the beginning of what you do know, and then where we are today.
I'm the family kind of genealogist. That's kind of my hobby. So that's where I've learned most of my information from. So I guess first, he was born in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and lived his entire life until Pearl Harbor. He actually enlisted on in the Navy on, it was January 24th, 1940. So next Monday will be 82 years since he enlisted in the Navy. He went off to training, and then in March of that same year, 1940, he actually was assigned to the USS Oklahoma. The times back in 1940, I would assume it was pretty tough to find a job for a young person. And he would have been 23 when he signed up for the Navy. So I would assume it was a chance to go learn a trade. And his brother too, who ended up obviously being an inspector on boilers, which seems to fit in with that kind of that line of work. So it was an opportunity to earn a living in the future. Don't know if they ever expected to be in a war or not.
Okay, so here we are today in 2022, but let's back up a little bit. And so how are we all notified of Frank's remains and how they were going to be identified, and they've been missing or unidentified for so many, many years?
It wasn't us. There was actually two individuals, two relatives from the paternal side, so his mom's family, who they used to identify his remains. That started in 2013, so 9 years ago. And they took samples from both of them and made the identification. I believe the notification started in 2017. Our family, I decided, hey, let's put a kind of email chain together to learn a little about my wife's family, because I didn't know a lot about it. And so we started this chain, and one of the things I knew is Jim has a lot of the artifacts that were passed down from the family. Started that story, and then one of my wife's cousins, who lives up in Philadelphia, had done a little research on the web and found the article that talked about his remains being discovered. Totally shocked. We didn't know anything about that. So I then did some more research, and somehow through one of the genealogy sites, connected up with the lady in the Pacific Northwest. She wanted to make sure that his remains were buried somewhere with their family close. But there were 10 cousins, I guess first cousins once removed, from his aunt's side of the family. 6 of them live very close to San Antonio, Texas. So the decision was made that we'd reinter his remains in San Antonio at the National Cemetery. How all the remains things and all that happened, that's really been something that's been, for the funeral homes, you guys have done a terrific job.
You know, now that he gets a funeral service, I mean, what does that really mean to all of y'all as far as, you know, because he never had one. He never had a name on a stone, never had any recognition that he was even alive. How does that make you feel?
I just feel it's great to be able to finally honor his memory. I would say from the perspective of any family member, if I lost my child, I'd want to bring him home and be able to put him to rest.
I want to thank you all for spending time with us today. I want to thank you for letting us be part of this moment in your lives. It's going to be something that I'll always remember, that's for sure. And it's time for us to get behind some motorcycle escorts and let's go get Mr. Nicoles and get him moving towards his final resting place. At Mission Park and Mission Park Cares, we'd like to bring you more programming each and every week.
Yes, just subscribe here or catch us every Sunday morning on Fox 29.
And remember, at Mission Park, it's our mission to care.